So down there is a genuine quote that I've received recently on my YouTube channel. Now, if someone who wrote that, the person who wrote that, wants to kind of respond to this, that's fine. This isn't actually aimed directly at you. Okay, this is directly aimed at the people who have this notion that content creators for Marvel's Avengers seem to be under this magic binding that they have to say something positive about the game or else they're out of some mythical space. I am only going to be speaking for myself in this video. So before anyone thinks, oh, whoa, I need to go ask Lejeune if this is true. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about myself and my own experiences, because it's up to me to have made this video. If I'm going around trying to be like, well, they said this, that I'd be here all day. But let's just put it this way, that, as far as I know, there is no magical contract assigned to be a Crystal Dynamics, Marvel's Avengers, Square Enix, I don't know, shill or whatever, brown noser, So let's discuss a little bit about this. So I don't know where this has come from. I don't know why this is a thing where it's like content creators are pro company. I don't know if you guys know this, but the amount of videos that I have made where I have criticized Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix and just Marvel's Avengers as a whole is ridiculous. Alright? Just because someone makes videos on a game that they do enjoy doesn't mean they can't slate the bad decisions. Doesn't mean there can't be negativity there. I did a video a while back saying bad optics win again, where I was discussing how awkward it looks to release the Chadwick Boseman Black Panther outfit, the Civil War one, I believe it was, as, a couple of days after Chadwick Boseman's anniversary of his passing, right, without a mention on Twitter. That is a big deal. One that I spoke about. One that I was very angry about. If people do their research for even 5 fucking seconds and check some of my most popular videos, you'll notice that a lot of them are quite negative, but there are some that are quite positive. That's called having a human brain. That's called having different opinions. That's called waking up, with a different mindset, or new information has been brought in front of you to talk about. I am personally not in this Illuminati group, not in this content creator group that gets to see stuff early. I am not. Will I ever be? Don't know. Don't really care, to be perfectly honest. It'd be nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not exactly on my big list of absolute needs anymore, if you know what I'm saying. Because at the moment, I'm not playing the game. Now, I can, safely say that people who are in that group, however, people like, I do believe Johnny Walker, Tony Bing, etc., have been very vocal about the fact that they hate these consumable things, even to the point where a lot of them have just moved away from Avengers content creation entirely until until all of this is figured out. Now, the reason a lot of us say don't attack, the ground devs, don't attack those people that didn't make these decisions. I mean, don't attack anyone, but, say, for example, Keanu, Andy, Layla, etc., etc., etc. The reason that we say don't attack them is because it's not their fucking fault. It's not their fault. And the reason we get that, probably more than anyone, is because as content creators, we receive shithead comments all the time about stuff that's just nothing to do with us. The amount of times the Play Avengers account has retweeted, people who have taken photos, and underneath their photos, on their account, they've received like, fucking add Scarlet Witch, you dickheads, do this, you shithead, and stuff like that. And it's like, you're going after people who aren't even a part of the development in the slightest, who are just people who take photos of the games. So how am I supposed to take you people seriously? And that's exactly why this is important. That's exactly why people are pushing people to voice your concerns properly, voice your concerns at the right people, because all that will happen is that if the loud majority are the arseholes, that will be the narrative going forward. That is why a lot of us push, don't attack these people, because one, you shouldn't, but two, you're not going to get the right narrative across by doing so. I think that's fairly obvious, right? So, I have had, I've had merchandise boxes sent from Crystal Dynamics because of my work on Assemble for Charity that I did back in March. Not only that as well, but obviously I received some the other day just because I am a content creator for the game and they wanted to send their support. That doesn't mean all of a sudden everything I say has to be positive. That also doesn't mean that everything I say has to be negative. It feels like to appease a lot of the people, you have to kind of go through every single person with Crystal Dynamics in their description and completely slag them off, and that is not something that I'm going to be doing. And if you don't like that, the subscribe button is right there, right? So, now, why am I speaking about this? Why is this such an important thing? It's because before this, consumable situation, this was actually this was still a thing, right? This was a thing back when I started, even back in January of this year, where people were slating content creators like, you're paid off, you're shills, oh, no wonder you're saying this, no wonder you're saying that. And I think that if there's any people that, you can't help you at all, it's going to be content creators, because we are like such the lowest of the pole of people that are going to be able to take your criticism and do anything with it, right? And, all we can do is give you feedback on how to kind of engage that feedback properly, right? Who to talk to, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I'm well aware that everyone is being painted under the same brush as, like, evil troll, shithead, And they definitely should have engaged with the community properly about these consumables before they engage with the community with a troll account, you know what I mean? So that's an important thing, and I absolutely understand that. What you people need to do now, though, is they need to take a step back and just wait for the response and then see what you can do from there. See what discussions can be had from there. Because if you're going to different content creators' things, being like, I'm so sick of your content creators that are all pro-company. Bitch, where? Where? You know what I mean? I wouldn't make the last couple of videos that I made, minus the Metroid one, if I was pro-company. But the thing is, if people don't care about this consumable situation, they're allowed to. Like, if anything, it's more healthier for your mental health to not give a shit. Like, I'm not speaking for content creators, but there's a couple that I've seen that have just got the approach of, I'll still play the game, whatever. Fine, cool beans. As long as you can respect my approach, I respect yours. And that is all there is to it. And I think that people that go under and hear one positive thing about any of them, and they're like, whoa, they're all friends. Yeah, I'll say I'm friends with a few of them. I'd say I'm friends with Andy. I'd say I'm friends with, I've had banter with Layla. I wouldn't say friends, but I'm not the friend, you know what I mean? Like, there's a Crystal Dynamics employee that I talk about wrestling with every so often, and he's really cool. I hope he doesn't watch this, because that's a bit embarrassing, but it's cool, and it's like, the reason that, I can say, oh, Andy, it's because I do a bit of fucking research. Pete, like, I saw that quite a lot, actually, in one of my last videos, is how are you saying all their first name bases, were you best mates? No, I just do research. I just talk to people. I know this information because I actually have a fucking brain and I use it for more than 5 minutes a day. You know what I mean? Like, so there's that for starters. But anyway, I understand that people feel kind of like unheard at the moment, but there is no one else that will be able to shout louder than content creators. So, because that's just a fact. Right? That is a genuine fact that content creators are going to be a very good voice during these times. Whether it's not me, it's Lejeune. Whether it's not me, it's Tony Bing. Whether it's not me, it's etc. Johnny Walker, right? Keep going and keep going. Bob Duck and Weave, right? Everyone's got their own opinion, though. And if you would disagree, that is absolutely fine. We don't even need to have a discussion about it. But to say, oh, you're pro-company, you're shills, you've been paid off by the fucking man. There is no man. There is no paid off. I have earned zero money from being a Marvel's Avengers content creator, and minus like Twitch and stuff like that, right? I'm a channel that's just passed 1,000 subscribers. I am a channel that hasn't even received their first wage off YouTube yet, never had a sponsor, etc., etc. If there's, so when I say and give criticism to a company, I'm doing it because, like, yeah, like, I wanna give this criticism. But if I was in the boat where I was like, you know, it's not, whatever, then I'm entitled to that as well. Just like you're entitled to your opinions. So please, for the love of God, just realise that content creators, especially ones that share your opinion, but they may say it in a more sort of positive way, are genuinely your friends at the moment, and genuinely people that want to voice your concerns, but their concerns, you know, that's the biggest thing, because anyone could be a content creator, right? All you need is like a camera or a microphone. But we want to voice our concerns first, and then we can talk about all the others. It just so happens that a lot of us agree with the people in the comments. But if you come for us, I'm not going to take you seriously. Do you know what I mean? If you think that going after Andy, etc., you know, Andy, Layla, community team, right? I'll just say community team. And you think that that's okay, I'm not going to take you seriously. And you can do one. And it's as simple as that. All right? We can be your allies, so to speak, during this. You know what I mean? You've just got to give us a bit more respect. I didn't expect this video to be this long. But I'm glad I managed to get through it, because people are very stupid. Alright, I'll see you in a bit.